Last week, we saw over $205 million in confirmed bullish flow come into Tesla. And then this morning, we saw even more bullish flow coming in to Tesla expiring this Friday. We had a massive rally earlier this morning. You guys can see we hit highs of about $187 before selling off pretty aggressively. Now, today I ended up closing out a massive day. I actually took half of my profits on Tesla here. I closed out half of my trade earlier this morning and I actually ended up buying back in pretty aggressively. And I want to go over in this video why I closed out that position and ultimately why I think Tesla is going to continue to run within the next couple of days. So I'm back to a full position on that trade, and I'm also still holding on to my August calls. As always, let's start first by zooming out on Tesla. It's always easiest to go out to a weekly chart, find the most recent swing low that has not been taken out, which is down here at 111, up to our most recent swing high. This market impulse has now pulled back into what is called our golden zone. The golden zone basically down here between this 0.618 fib and this 0.786 Fibonacci. And the reason for that is big money is not going to be paying a premium for things. We have an order block that's sitting down here, and in order for them to start to purchase, they need a deep enough discount back down into this zone. And since we bounced here before, there's a very high chance that there was going to be buyers sitting within this level of 138 to $160. And that's exactly what happened. We had that massive bounce back in April where we saw about 35% move up in 2 weeks. And since then, all we've been doing is consolidating. And if we move into the daily chart, you're going to see that that liquidity level we've been going over for a while now still is being respected. That's right here from 187.50 up to about $200. But let's just really isolate this level from like 188 up to $192. Another liquidity zone would be, right down here on support, basically from 171 down to about $170. Now, the more times that this liquidity level is tested, the higher of a chance we have for price to break out. So from this level, if we were to push into 192, once all of this liquidity is taken out, there's going to be nothing to stop it from moving back up to 200 minimally within the next month. And that's ultimately what I think is going to happen here. If we also take a look at shorter term price action, you're going to see that we have a symmetrical triangle playing out. If we take our trend resistance level and we go to this support, this support, this support, this support, and we drop it, you're going to see following the same lower high, lower high, lower high, this is causing a squeeze. And what normally happens is price will continue to consolidate within this area. And in most cases, we are going to continue this move up and break out into 190 and 192. So what I think is happening here is we're just scaring out retail into thinking, worrying about delivery numbers, worrying about earnings coming up, which these are, definitely catalysts that can move the stock in the opposite direction. I could definitely lose money on my position here, that's for sure. But I ultimately think that we're going to see Tesla move its way back up in the middle of the summer to about 210 or 220. Even if we isolate this most recent downtrend, you're going to see that that would give us a push at least back up to 210 or 230 before that potential rejection. And that would lean us right up into that resistance level. So now the last thing to look at here is going to be the BX trender on the weekly chart. So you can see that we have a ton of bullish accumulation that's occurring here. We have higher highs on each one of these histograms, showing now that we're not just holding support, but there's bullish accumulation forming within this level. And if you guys remember last week, we also saw that there was a ton of bullish flow, enough to trigger an alpha gold alert, which is one of the strongest alerts that we have when it comes to unusual options. And that is a very good sign that we're probably going to break out. And what's even crazier is if we move out to the monthly, this is about to be the first time. We still have 3 days left, but if we were to close like this would be the first time that we have a higher low on the BX trender. The last time that this occurred, we ended up seeing Tesla move 60% in 2 months. And then the time before that, we ended up seeing Tesla move about 70% in 2 months. So I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen, but you have to understand that in most cases, when we're pulling higher lows, we get a massive rally on Tesla. So I'm very bullish for the next couple of weeks. If you guys want to get access to all of our free courses, you guys can go and check them out in the description. Thank you guys for all of the support, and I'll see you next time. Peace.